We're back. This is Minding Your Business with the Lancaster Chamber of Commerce. I'm Chris Spiker of Antelope Valley Florist. My friend Bob here on the guitar and the drums, and Aaron Goldstein. Who's our next guest?
Our next guest is Bob Alvis, historian, activist, and Air Force veteran.
Hey, did we get Army veteran?
No, I'm not an Army veteran. What the heck is that?
Oh! Okay.
You can't tell? Oh, man.
Okay, take two. Hey, Bob.
Yes.
How are you?
I am great.
What's going on?
Just another beautiful day in the Antelope Valley. We're freezing our rears off. But,
Today it's cold.
It's cold, but it's blue skies.
Hang in there.
That's right. And as an aviation airplane guy, I love to see this kind of weather.
It's a good day for test.
Yes, it is.
365 test days per year.
Yeah.
If you go up high enough, it's awesome.
Yes, exactly. Just down by the lake bed, it gets a little rough.
So aren't we lucky to have the Air Force in the area?
Oh man, are we ever? And I mean, do we have Air Force or not? We have everything here.
We have everything here.
You can't even...
They build it, they test it.
And it's been going on like that for decades, and for a lot of us and our families, for generations of family members.
So sometimes we forget what's important.
Oh yeah.
You know, oh my goodness, we have one industry. Well, we definitely have more than one industry in the Antelope Valley.
Yeah.
But for a long time, we built a lot of stuff.
Yeah. Well, you know, the one thing a lot of people don't realize is, you know, they'll get into the debate about defense spending and things like that. You know, I went through high school and all my school years, and my dad's paycheck put the clothes on my back, put food in my stomach. You know, we had a great life here. We bought a house here, and you know, you think of all the businesses around the Antelope Valley. You know, the indirect funding of those businesses. Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, you and I grew up around what the DI looked like on a Saturday morning with all the aerospace and people like that, and I think we sold more in per capita in scrambled eggs and coffee here in the Antelope Valley. The aerospace workers that kept a lot of those doors open for a lot of years.
I remember a lot of movie people going through the DI.
Oh yeah, and they're in the AV.
Movies, commercials,
Yeah,
boom, boom, boom.
Yeah, and I have a lot of great memories of some of those crews. I was a big rap patrol guy.
So you've kind of positioned yourself as the historian around here, and you have that Facebook page. You know you're from the Antelope Valley When.
Yeah.
You have how many people on that page?
I just clicked in another bunch last night.
You let some more in?
Yeah, I did. You know, and I'm very selective. You got to have that Antelope Valley card. But
you can't be a robot, can you?
No, you can't. So we got 8,800 members on.
How did you do that?
You know, I don't know.
Good looks?
Well, and a lot of it, and keeping the malcontents out. People like to go to a place on Facebook where they feel loved and they're not going to be attacked. You know, and all we do is share great memories.
Yeah.
You know, I say it's a lot like Good Times Radio, you know,
right.
The oldies stations. You get to go in there and you know, you get to relive your youth, which is, you know, something that we all try to do as we get older, and it's always good to reflect back and think of those good times and smile. And boy, do we have a lot of good times here.
A lot of good times. It's a treasure trove. And
Yes.
you've got a collection of photographs that, you know, you're always like, I don't think you've seen this one before. I don't think you've seen this one before.
Yeah.
And you haven't. It's like, where do you get all those?
Yeah, you know what? Just when I said, you know, when you're born here in the Antelope Valley, through the years, collecting, getting to know people. Sadly, people pass away. I've got somebody right now that's sending me their parents' photo albums, and said there's a lot of pictures of the Antelope Valley in there, and you know, it seems like you're the guy that needs to get out there because you get the stuff and you share it. You don't hoard it.
Right.
You know, and I'm very.
Oh, isn't that true? People have stuff, but they don't want to.
They don't want to share it. You know,
it's just for them.
And you know, people go like, "Why would you put that stuff up there? Why would you do that if there's, you know, if you're not getting paid for it or whatever?" I go, "Because, you know, my payment is in spirituality. You know, it's somebody reliving a good memory. Somebody saying like, you know, oh, I remember doing that. It's like I just posted that picture of Save-On,
Right.
you know, on the boulevard,
Right.
and there must be usually a dozen posts on chocolate chip ice cream scoops, you know, for a nickel." You know, and what that was like, you know, growing up and on a hot summer day or after church on Sunday, you know, what a special memory that was because it's all family stuff and
Kind of gives Lancaster a little dimension, doesn't it?
It does, and we've moved on past it. We got a different society out there now. You know, what we grew up in. This is a society now and stuff's for the next generation, for them. This is their memories being built today. You know, unfortunately, we're tainted because we had a different memory, you know, and sometimes we fight back against, oh, we don't want, do we want to do that? But
And the world has changed.
yeah, the world has changed, and you know, that's just the way it is. But you know, we butt heads every once in a while. You know, we try to hold on. You know, I'm a big Joshua tree advocate, doing everything I can to help save Joshua trees, which is kind of crazy.
Can't you just plant more? Just
No.
put a little Joshua seed in the ground.
You know, I'm out there and I'm at these Joshua.
Put some vitamin A
forests.
on it.
Yeah, it only takes like 200-300 years for it to get a
We got time.
return. Yeah, absolutely. You know, it's, yeah,
Remediation.
Yeah.
You could just plant it and put some chicken wire around it so
yeah, yeah.
the
And
buffaloes don't eat it.
there you go. That's stuff. But you know, they're unique to our
They are.
environment here, and every time they go through there and we lose a lot of those, I cringe. And I was never growing up. I was never I say this with all due respect. I was never a tree hugger, you know, type of
How about a
guy.
cactus hugger?
I was a cactus hugger. I've
Okay,
got the
yeah.
scars to prove it.
I know. I hug
Okay.
cactus too. I love them.
Exactly. So
How about tumbleweeds?
tumbleweeds?
They're kind of on the down list, the no good list.
Yeah, but boy, I saw one the other day and stuff. You know, I thought it was a smart car. It was so big.
So big.
It was coming down the street. So I go like, you better get out of the way of that thing. And
Would you buy a tumbleweed from this guy?
yeah, you'd have to, you know, and stuff. I can get you more thistles per mile than anybody else.
What's the biggest tumbleweed you've ever seen?
That one was pretty big. I'll tell you what, I have seen some out near but out near Roseman that were taller than me, you know, and I'm 5'10", and they were over the top of my head. And boy, I'll tell you what, the root on that thing was as big as your arm. So, and you know, those came from Russia.
Yeah,
You know that whole thing?
in grain
Yeah,
shipments. So we were
exactly.
buying grain from Russia?
We were buying grain from Russia, and
It
we were
had
planting
weeds in
all
it?
It had weeds in it, and then it got into our soil, and the next thing,
We need to have a study. We need to have a
Absolutely.
government study on that.
I know, because you know, when you think about it, you know, they're infiltrating our election.
So
Maybe-
you take history walks.
Yes.
You love the veterans.
Yeah.
You got the veteran show again,
Yes, I do.
and
Yeah.
I'm going to be on it.
Yeah, I'm going to bring you on there, so that's a good thing. And you know,
That's
I
like
write.
a payback, huh?
No, it's going to be fun.
Okay.
You know, it's more like a therapy thing. Like Lucy, you know, the doctor is in. The psychologist.
I'll bring my nickel.
Okay, that's right.
And you do something with aerospace news and review.
Aerotek News.
Aerotek News.
Aerotek News and Review. I write. They have 2 issues a month that come out of Aerotek that you can pick up anywhere around the Antelope Valley, and I write a column called "Hangar Flying with Bob Alvis," reflections of anything that's kind of aerospace, military related, or you know, just a good story that kind of fits their genre. And been a joy. I've been doing that for well over a year. Love sitting there tinkering away and, you know, finding all kinds of very unique stories that people haven't heard. The last story I told was me as a snake wrangler catching rattlesnakes when I was an airman at George Air Force Base. Because as an airman, you didn't make a lot of money, and so you tried to figure out ways to supplement your income.
So you were
Well,
wrangling snakes.
so I would go out and catch rattlesnakes, and we would skin them, and we get $10 a skin. So
Wow.
and so after 10 rattlesnakes, I had $100 in my pocket. It was all going great till the commander caught out what I was doing on Air Force time.
On Air Force time.
Exactly, and he was an Indiana Jones guy, and he didn't like snakes very much.
And you've got some history with noggles.
Oh, Noggles. God, do we even need to go there and stuff? There's not enough show for Noggles. But yeah, I was the first grill cook over there on Avenue I in November of 1972 when they opened. And I remember standing there on that first night when they opened the doors over there, and you know, I learned to flip those patties and move them out, as Lillian, the old night manager, would say. And it was just a great experience there because, you know, back in those days, we still had the drive-ins. We had Lancasters 1,
Yeah.
2, and 3. We had
Yeah.
the Jet drive-in. We
Yeah.
had the Boulevard.
Summer evenings.
Oh, summer evenings, the cruising, the cars, you know, man, don't get me started on the cars. They were fun, but you know, the teenagers and everybody that we were dealing with were just the high school, AV High School, Quartzville High School, and you know, they'd all meet there, and you know, it was just a great time.
And Kelly Dolan's out at Rancho Vista Golf.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Which KO.
KO Hatfield.
She said to ask you about the motorcycle
Oh, man.
festivities.
I raced. If you grew up in the Antelope Valleys, it was horses or dirt bikes, and a lot of other stuff too that was going on. But I was a dirt bike kid, and of course I rode dirt bikes for the longest time. And then of course it carried over into racing, And Kelly was another one of those CRC racers. It was LACR out here and a lot of the stuff, and so she was always racing the girls divisions, and I was out there racing the guys, and I had a good run.
You were faster, quicker. I mean,
Yeah, and stuff. I was in a different mindset. Okay, just put it that. But yeah, I raced all the desert races. I loved Barcelona, Vegas. I'd go to Ensenada and things like that. So anyway, yeah, we would do all that stuff. That was a big part of growing up in the Antelope Valley. I remember on Saturday mornings getting up and going up to Quartz Hill Mountain all day and just riding around. And our parents didn't even have a second thought about they're out there.
do you spend any time in jail?
No.
Never. Well, see,
I
then that's a
attempted
good
it.
thing, right?
Oh man, I pushed that.
It was
envelope.
close?
It was close. There was a couple times I
Remember,
thought I was going.
at one time there was one judge in town.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Judge
Wright.
Judge Wright.
Before him, you
Yeah.
got a picture, I'm sure.
I got a funny thing real quick. You can get your learner's permit to drive a motorcycle when you're 15 years old back in those days. And so I had a motorcycle, so I got my learner's permit. And I said,
Because they're so safe, right?
Oh yeah, they're so safe. So I go, I'm all stoked, and I'm going like, you know what? I'm gonna go my whole life and never get a traffic ticket. I'm gonna be that good of a driver and that sort of stuff. Within a week, I already had a ticket.
Oh.
So I go like, well, it's all off and stuff, So anyway, that was part of growing up and being a motorcycle guy here in the valley too. So it's good stuff.
When you get your hobby shop opened up
Mm-hmm.
and you got a business,
Yeah.
then we're going to invite you, have you back into the Lancaster Chamber.
Sure, yeah, because War Eagle Hobbies is dying to get open out there, and we're getting close to getting there, and that's the combination hobby shop and museum. So lots of
Running a
Valley
business
members.
is a lot of work.
Oh, it
It's
is.
a lot of work.
But you know me,
Yeah,
stuff.
you've got some energy.
Going Mach 5 with my hair on fire. Maverick ain't got nothing on me.
Bob Alvis, how do people find you?
Pick up a Aerotek News. You can catch the Aerotek. You can catch our blogs. You can catch Chris. Monday we're going to put him on the air and we'll record his. And you can go on to aeroteknews.com, bring up their page, and you can see me all over the place there.
Bob Alvis, thanks for being on.
Love it. Thanks, Chris.